What is going on, guys? MMA Island team, we got the fight picks, and we are back with UFC Santos Teixeira, the fight we've all been waiting for, but it's not the fight we're talking about. We're talking about Giga Chikadze and James Krause Simmons. A fight one I didn't expect to see, and a fight two, Giga Chikadze is back.
James Krause?
Crazy. Yeah, James Krause Simmons. Whoa.
That's his name?
James Krause Simmons. I guess we got another James Krause. But hey,
This one probably can beat Trevin Giles too.
we got Giga Chikadze and James Krause Simmons. We just saw Giga Chikadze recently, actually. What is it, like last month now that it's November, but very recently. And he's back. And he's back against kind of a lower ranked competition. And James Krause Simmons.
Just call him Jamey Simmons. Just call him Jamey Simmons, for God's sakes, bro. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Giga Chikadze has been a guy I've been looking to fade for the longest time, and I thought I had the spot, but then he decides, hey, let me turn off all the doubts about me and actually look like an incredibly solid fighter. Either that or Omar Morales was never really that good. Either way, he looked like a killer in there. Now, we know what Giga Chikadze does. Glory kickboxer. That's all you need to know. Like, that's what I said about Justin Jacoby last week. Glory kickboxer. That's all you need to know. His striking was absolutely electric. We saw what he did to Justin Ledet. These glory kickboxers are just absolutely insane. Israel Adesanya is another one. If you see that label on someone, that means their striking is ridiculous. Now, I like Giga Chikadze because of the way he mixes up his strikes. He likes to go everywhere from the legs to the body to the head, but his leg kicks, especially against Omar Morales, they were good. They were money. And he was finding all the angles, and man, did he want that finish. Because that's the thing surrounding Giga Chikadze. He's this amazing striker. And yet still in the UFC, he has not found a finish yet. And I think he doesn't have to wait for much longer. Jamey Simmons. This guy should in no way be fighting he should not be fighting Giga Chikadze right now at all. The reason that he is in this fight is because Arnold Allen and Jeremy Stephens fell off the card. Giga Chikadze offered to step in against Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen turned him down. Giga Chikadze wants a fight, so they go to the first guy who will accept the fight, and that is Jamey Simmons. Now, this guy in his career has never fought anyone even close to the caliber of Giga Chikadze. His best two wins are over a guy who was 20-12 and a guy who was 16-11. The other records are 5-2, and he lost to a guy who's 6-0, and also lost to a debuting fighter in a man named Donnie Simpson, that remains his only win to this day. And in both of his losses, he has been finished. I feel like Giga Chikadze is absolutely going to have his way on the feet with Jamey Simmons. He's going to piece him up. The leg kicks are going to destroy him from every angle. And he's going to get his first UFC finish. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my lock of the night, Giga Chikadze. He's going to take it home. He's going to get the win. And he's going to get the finish.
Wow. So, yeah, I started talking about this fight as that I love to mention this about the UFC, at least recently, is that the UFC sort of loves to set up fights that kind of are lined up to have the fighter beat the other. So then it's like, oh, because they know they're going to do it in some crazy fashion, shades of like Kevin Holland and Charlie Ontiveros.
Let's go.
Shout out Charlie Ontiveros, as Zach mentioned to me before. We hope he's doing all good. We hope he's doing all good.
So reports are he's all fine.
Giga Chikadze. And then the one thing that I think is insane that maybe this is wrong, but apparently Giga Chikadze is sitting at 6 feet tall. He's fighting a 5'5" featherweight in Jamey Simmons. Typically, height doesn't mean very much. I love to mention that about casuals when they're like, "Oh, you're short. I could beat the shit out of you," and I'm like, "Okay, let's see how much height means when I take you down and put you in an armbar." But hey,
goddamn,
we're talking about Giga Chikadze, a guy who is a very, very good striker. He's got 7 inches on him. Man, that's a tough ask from Jamey Simmons. But
no,
I think I want to go for it. I don't know why.
The hell is wrong with you?
I love my underdogs.
And you love losing money and getting fights wrong? Come on, man.
I will not. There is not a chance I bet on this at all. I don't want to say that this is my pick, and this is one thing that I mentioned in the last fight. I picked Gruchemacher to beat Hernandez in last week's card, and that was my one under my two losses. Well, Bobby Green should have won, as everybody knows. But
I actually think the decision was justified.
really, what? Okay, well,
Yeah, Green wasn't doing anything. He fought so stupidly. He deserved to lose.
And so yeah, I think there was somebody in the comments and they were saying that, are you sure about Gruchemacher? And I said, hey man, honestly, I'm not sure about it because I like to pick my underdogs, and I like to go for it. It makes it fun. It makes it really rewarding when you see these sort of wins happen. And I think I'm going to go for it on this one. So this is not something. This isn't something that I want people to bet on. I don't want people to see that I'm doing this and going, Michael from MMA Island said that this guy wins. Maybe I should do it. Don't do it. Trust me, don't do it. Because Giga Chikadze went and fought Omar Morales, a guy who looked really, really good in the UFC, and kind of pieced him apart and almost
destroyed
finished
him.
We mentioned how Giga Chikadze in the UFC hasn't had a finish yet, and really was known for finishing everybody outside of the UFC, and hasn't had a finish yet. This is a fight that I think the UFC is setting up because they think he's going to finish him. I think another thing that kind of makes me lean towards that is because if Giga Chikadze can't finish this guy, can he really? Because we've seen that out of Jamey Simmons, his only two losses, as you mentioned, come via finish. And I don't know, man. I think when you're getting hit, obviously I haven't seen it in the LFA against Jake Childers. He's had a KO knee in 13 seconds. So it's like those can be a little bit fluky every now and then. It's like, obviously, I think the first knee that comes to mind that ended early, I think for everybody, is Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal. Obviously, I'm not expecting Jamey Simmons to try to take down Giga Chikadze and do all that sort of thing. But it's like when you talk about those sort of finishes to fights, can you really say that Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal would end in a first round knockout if it doesn't go the way it does? That's one thing I love to mention towards people. It's like if Ben Askren gets his hands on Jorge Masvidal, I like the odds of Ben Askren taking down Jorge Masvidal. But I don't know why I'm talking about this. I think I'm talking about it because I like the odds, not the odds. I don't like the odds. I like the chances that we got for the underdogs that we have. And I don't know, man. I'm willing to take the risk on this one. I think that there's a chance. There's a chance. There's always a chance. And I'm going for it on this one. Don't hate on me. Don't. Nobody come out here and say that I'm the most stupid dude you've ever heard talk about MMA. I've made some pretty damn good picks, so I'm going for it on this one. I'm gonna pick Jamey Simmons. Screw it. Yeah, we got to disagree on this one. I would say you guys got to break the tie, but I already know who you guys got. Everyone's going to be going with Giga Chikadze, and nothing wrong with going with Giga Chikadze. That dude has looked electric in his last few fights. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going with Jamey Simmons. Haven't seen too much tape on him, but I think this guy can go out there, and I think maybe he can shock the world. I'm gonna go for it. Shout out to my fellow short dudes at 145. 5'5". Damn, man, he's shorter than me. So hey, who knows? Jamey Simmons, I'm rooting for you, fam. I'm rooting for Giga Chikadze to also get a finish if it doesn't end out with the Jamey Simmons win. But like I said, man, make sure you guys are just letting us know who you guys got. I know who you guys got. But make sure you guys are just commenting and letting us know regardless, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and check out the other Fight Pick videos.